How to master your mindset and personal health. Who doesn't want that? Well, that's why we're here today. That's what we're going to talk about. If you're serious and you're ready to put the work in, I can definitely help you. So check this out. I'm going to give you a lot of tools and tips today, a lot of ideas, and if you want to do the work, we'll get you there. I've seen the same patterns over and over and over again. And surprisingly, we're all human. There's low-hanging fruit everywhere. And you know what it is in your life. But with so much information out there, where do you start? How is this customized to fit you so you're not wasting your time doing things that don't apply to you or aren't beneficial or aren't going to give you the return on your invested of time, energy, and money? Just a quick history on me. I've been coaching high performers. I've spent 15,000 hours, sometimes training, sometimes coaching, and certainly working with, as a student, from a lot of different high performers. So I've had these conversations over and over again for years, and I don't like wasting time. I've got coaching certifications from 2 platforms, Success Coaching and Performance Coach University. A lot of great tools there, a lot of tools I've had the chance to work with and experiment with. And, I go back to a lot of health stuff, working inside of hospitals, seeing the benefits, seeing the limitations, working with pro athletes, high-end testing, understanding health and the healthcare system, and a lot of business stuff in general. And then I spent about 5 years where did about 10 trips around the world where I would immerse in yoga or immerse in fasting or immerse in meditation and a lot of types of healing things, and to get a great grip on how the mind works and how other cultures might see healing. So with that experience, here's what frustrates me. I've seen many people struggle over and over and over again because they don't have the mental and physical energy to attack these problems, to stay on top of things and get stuff done. They don't look as good in their clothes as they want to look. They're getting too tight. The unnecessary stress about their health, about getting cancer or having a heart attack, or just fundamentally not having high quality relationships and communication because they're too tired to have the patience to deal with their kids, to deal with their employees, to listen to their spouse. And it gives them this sense of anxiety about not being able to support the people around them the way they want to. It's an underlying anxiety that I think a lot of people have. And what's coming down the road? Like, are they going to get dementia? Are they going to have a heart attack? Are they going to get cancer? Are they just going to have a miserable marriage? Are they going to get divorced? Are their kids going to grow up to not speak to them? Or are their kids going to become drug addicts or go to prison? We get this one life, and a lot of us have potential, and some of us are serious about it. And do you want to look back and say, I didn't really live? Or do you want to know that, I maxed out and I crammed as much as I could in there? And how many times have you tried these personal development programs and they failed, or they didn't fit, or they didn't stick, or that was a good idea, but ultimately it doesn't stick and there's no lasting benefit? It's the same cycles over and over and over again. So you get frustrated and you kind of always hit the reset button, and there's so much information out there. So what applies to you? What are your specific needs? What are your specific strengths? And what should you focus on? So today we're going to talk about a little bit of that. Here's the big what if. What if you had the energy? What if you had the focus? What if every day you felt confident and relaxed, just walking through life, solving problems easily, feeling confident about your ability to do so, having some more predictability about these outcomes in the future, and not always playing catch up, not being scattered, not being lazy, not overdoing it and burning out? What if you could just get dressed quickly because all of your clothes fit good? What if you look great naked? The peaceful, loving, high-quality relationships. What if you had enough time, space, money, resources in your life to do the things you've wanted to do, to explore the passions, to travel, to take the opportunities, to learn stuff, to invest the energy in your kids maybe, whatever is going to make you feel fulfilled, more of that. What if you look back and say, man, I really squeezed the juice out of life. I really crushed it. I look back at some of the things I've done and I crammed a lot. And if something happens to me, I feel great about all the experiences I've had a chance to have. And when you do that and you look back, you feel confident, you feel energized, you feel inspired about the future of your business, the future of your family, with the confidence knowing you're going to be a better person later and everything moving forward looks great. It's a powerful feeling about your future, and you really sleep well at night knowing that there is a solid plan, not a perfect plan, but a solid plan that has traction, that has a certainty about moving forward. So what I do is I help show you the path. I help guide you if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to walk the path. So I want to share just a couple examples of some people that I've worked with. Most of these are pretty recent in the last year. I've worked with a lot of people that felt tired, drained, exhausted, and with just a couple tweaks pretty quickly, I've heard them say things like, I don't need coffee in the afternoon. It feels like the lights have been turned on in my brain. They were exhausted and now they're focused and they've got this energy to do stuff. I've worked with people that have literally lost 100 pounds. 100 pounds. That's like a whole person. They bring in the pants and they're big. And imagine, the excitement to be involved in a transformation like that. High volume walking was always a detail in that program. I worked with a guy last month. He was struggling with gambling, and he couldn't stop gambling. So I wrote down all of his gambling numbers, and I was like, let's just track the information. You don't have to change anything. And once he saw how much he was actually losing, he quit gambling, and he stopped losing a lot of money. And now he's got more money for his family and his future. And now he can gamble on, other things like maybe, business that could actually make money. Lots of people I've worked with, joint pain, lots of joint pain, chronic joint pain that they were told this, they were told that. But from my experience, there's a lot of tricks to quickly fix that stuff. And when people walk in, they're like, this doesn't hurt anymore. And I get this face of shock and surprise, like, how come no one else told me this? Pain-free. I love being able to support people in that way. Last week, I was working with a guy, maybe it was a month ago, and we audited all of his finances. And from digging through every number, really getting into the details, we found a way for him to save $1,500 a month by switching a healthcare plan from him to his wife's plan. How much is $1,500 a month over 10 years? It's like close to 200 grand, and he didn't even do any extra work, just flipped one thing. So that paid for my service really quick. I've also, most recently, in the last few months, started working with the United States Navy. What an honor to do that. I can't talk to you about what their issues were, but now their environment at work, it wasn't a health thing. It was a productivity thing, a communication thing. And now they feel safer, they're more trusting, their communication is a lot better. And working with them, they had some issues and now they're much, much more productive. And the general work ethic, people are happier going to work. I worked with this one guy. This guy, he had everything. Good looking guy, making tons of money, in pretty good shape. We helped him get over an old relationship. We helped him find a new one. And now I think he's got a girl he's really in love with, and I hope he gets married. Every time I talk to him, he calls me Doc. Another guy calls me Shaman. Sometimes people say I'm a magician. So, that's really fun to hear. I love having these experiences. A lot of stressed out executives that I've worked with over the years, they're now able to have more. They eliminate certain parts of their life because they're just not beneficial. So now they've got more time for their family. We're running these patterns. We just shift out of them, and because we asked focused questions, there's a whole lot that can open up. Like I got one guy, now he lives in France 2-3 months out of the year because he made it happen because, that's important. Don't do this thing where you wait until then I'll be happy. Once I get here, then I'll be happy. Go be happy now. Go live a fulfilled life this year. Knock out those dreams now. And how does that fit into your life right now? I've helped people getting off of Adderall or Klonopin or other medications is a tricky process, but how do they replace the energy and get the work done? So they go from this emotional manic state where they're not sleeping and there's a lot of anxiety and depression and mood disorders that I've helped them fix. And now they're much smoother. They're calmer, they're happier, they're less angry, they're less depressed, they're less anxious. So we all have some issues that we're kind of stuck on. And ultimately, so many people get unstuck and they're in a lot less mental, a lot less physical pain. And now they're feeling like they're in control of their lives. And they've got more power. And they're breaking through ceilings of new beliefs, and they're thriving on new levels that they didn't really think were possible, and we keep going. And it's really exciting. What if they hadn't gotten help? What if I hadn't gotten help? I've got a coach, and what am I doing that I never thought was possible? Currently, my morning routine is insane. I never thought it was possible for me to do this. So for 2 minutes, I want to tell you my morning routine because I'm so proud of myself. I'm up at 5:45 right now. I might go down to 5 or 5:30. But I'm up at 5:45. I'm soaking my feet in magnesium to relax my body. I'm drinking ginger tea. I'm reading my affirmations. I'm reading a book. And I do that for 10, 15 minutes. Then I go foam roll. Then I get on the inversion table. Then I do mobility drills to loosen up all my old joint pains. Then I do yoga and I breathe. And then I meditate 10, 20 minutes. And then I get a solid breakfast. Now, I'm not saying you need to do this. I wouldn't suggest you do this. My coach didn't tell me to do this. This is what I developed for me based on my needs. So it's all customized. I'm not mentoring people. I'm coaching them. I'm asking questions to figure out what's important to them, what their needs are, what their outcomes are, and then we're solving them moving forward. So let me show you the big picture of the big details that we focus on. Look at this triangle here. Creating predictable results, getting peace of mind with predictability, eliminating distractions. I'm gonna try to give you as much as I can today. Chopping off the alerts, the notifications on your phones, clearing out your email, doing things like batching and sequencing and selecting. And what are your current behaviors? And are they aligned with your goals and what you really want? And why is there a disconnection? And where's the disconnection? Let's reveal that. Are there beliefs in there that are limiting you that aren't really true, that could be adjusted? And maybe that's holding you back. And just that one flip can open up some new space. So just that one hard conversation, identifying those things can really open up a lot of energy and a lot of freedom. And this stuff's hard, but when you just slowly break it down, you can do it. Then we're going to develop a bulletproof strategy. So are there metrics? What can we measure? Everything is measurable. I like to use this Oura Ring for health metrics, and there's a Whoop band that people like, but I prefer the Oura Ring. Having the accountability of having the coach to simply come back and say, here's what I did. You know, my ego does tie in to my coaching sessions when I'm with my coach, because I want to show up and say, I did it. And if not, I keep it really honest. And then we figure out why, and I don't get judged. It's, we're all human, and my experience coaching, I'm not judging people. Where are we? And all right, so what's next? That didn't work. What can we try now? So the accountability and then a little bit of pressure to make you feel like you have to get stuff done. You have to move forward. Somebody to remind you of your dreams and why they're important. What are you tracking? Are you tracking anything? What would be the most important thing for you to track? Think about that. Maybe write that down. The third piece I like to focus on is getting unlimited energy. I mean, limitless energy. So you've got the focus, you've got the patience to deal with these crazy human beings around. And it's simple stuff. It's fundamental stuff. It's where can you tweak the diet? How can you get better sleep? Which supplements are you actually going to feel and notice that will literally affect your performance, and you can tell they're affecting your performance, and they're not just something you read on paper that someone told you to take. Different things for different people, and there's patterns and personalities and energy. Some people need other things, and we test them, we try them, and if they don't work, we stop doing it. There's motivational strategies. There's affirmations. There's ways to position your day to keep you excited and driven about your goals, to keep you fresh and excited, moving forward every day. There's small tweaks that can give you leverage, a small change, a big leverage towards what you want to get out of life. Big pops in energy, big pops in productivity. And I mentioned this before. Are you selecting the right things to do with your day? Are you delegating the right things? Are you automating the right things? Are you timing things out as they should be timed out? Are you batching tasks and chunking tasks together? Are you doing all of this in the right sequence, prioritizing? Are you communicating this effectively? So auditing a lot of these processes in life and seeing what's really holding you back, finding what's really holding you back. How do we customize and sequence this as specifically as possible to align your daily behaviors with your biggest dreams and your biggest outcomes? That's the name of the game. If you're serious and you want to do something big, like climbing Mount Everest, let's use that as a metaphor, you have to make sure you take the right route and don't get lost going here, going there. You want to make sure you're using the right equipment and you're not carrying the wrong heavy equipment, but you've got the most efficient stuff that's financially, that's time, that's resource efficient and effective to get you where you want to get. And you want to make sure you don't make any major mistakes that could potentially train wreck or kill you in the process. So that's why when you want to do something big, having a coach there to give feedback to show you some tools, give you some options, to say, look, I've seen guys do this already. They took this path and this is what happened. Whatever you think is best, but here's the experience. The right support, someone that consistently believes in you at the times you need it most, when things get really hard. Someone that's going to understand that. It's not counseling where we're talking about your past trauma and we're digging all that up. It's not mentoring where here's my way, here's how I do it, here's how you should do it. It's what is your outcome, how are you wired, and how do you think we should get there, and how can I support you? So I enjoy being like Yoda, like Mr. Miyagi, someone who's just got a lot of experience that just gets to help you reveal it. Or you could just be a dog chasing his tail forever, going in a circle, not quite getting there, flirting with this idea, flirting with that idea without any solid, grounded traction, without any certainty. When I get involved, things get better. It's like an insurance policy. It's like a guarantee. So here's what I'm looking for. I want people that want to inspire everyone around them, their employees, their coworkers, their family, their parents, whoever. People that really want to find their potential in life, that want to live an interesting, magical, fun life. People that want to transform and actually make progress and actually get better, that are serious. I want you to be the best ambassador I've ever had. I want you to tell all your friends, I work with this guy and I had an awesome experience. I want you to get unreal results. And here's the process. The first step is we do an interview, because I don't let just anyone sign up. Most people aren't serious. If you're serious, if you're willing to do what it takes to get these extraordinary outcomes, then let's have a conversation and let's talk about it. If it's a good fit, we can move forward. If it's not a good fit, I'll give you some feedback. Maybe we'll chat again later. Or maybe I'll refer you to someone else who has a more specific way to help you out. I've got a network of people all around the world. If we decide to move forward, then we transform. Then we commit to do the work together. I'm going to hold you accountable, and you're going to actually commit to doing the work. And then the third part. Success. You become one of the most successful people around, and you've got this magnetic energy, and your life continues to get better and more exciting. And you're elevating your friends, your family, your coworkers. So come on. Come and be the biggest success story I've ever had. People dream about doing things. but you can actually achieve them. And if that's you, I'd like you to apply. I want to talk to you. I want to hang out with you. I want to know some of your secrets and how you function and how you operate. Let's see if there's an alignment. Let's see if I'm the right fit. And we can break through some new planes. We can get to some new levels of thinking. We can understand your potential better and help it explode. So if I'm the right person, if I'm the right coach, go ahead, set up that interview, and let's get talking. And I really hope I get a chance to hear from you, because every day around my life gets more exciting. And thanks for taking the time to watch this. Even if it's just a conversation to connect and see where you're at, let's see how it goes. I'm looking forward to working with you. Contact me.